It's an absolutely beautiful day in what they call the City Beautiful. 76 degrees and sunny as two Eastern Conference rivals who squared off in the Eastern Conference Final just a year ago.
11 of 15 goals coming from their DPs, 18 of 33 overall. One of the biggest assets he had at the collegiate level was his ability to stretch the game going forward into the attack.
And with that, away we go. The visitors, the Red Bulls, in possession first, going from right to left. Orlando City in the all-purple. And this is an Orlando City side, Devin, that the biggest question coming into this match, or at least for the first several weeks of the season, we got a foul right off the bat called against Orlando City and Luis Muriel. We know that the likes of Muriel and that attacking front four of Orlando City can get things going and put up big eye-popping numbers. Defensively, though, can they get it done? They got a clean sheet away from home last weekend. What's
the sustainability factor, though, this afternoon in the absence of Araujo and Atuesta within the midfield? That's probably the biggest relationship that I'm looking at for Orlando City. How do they find success out of that? Right, you've got two players that, one, a young pro, and Jean Gervais that's trying to find his way into this squad, and a second in Dagerdan Thorholson, removed as the starting right back, removed as a central midfielder 2 years ago, now trying to work his way back into this system against the Red Bull squad that with their squad selection this afternoon, they've been very aggressive within the midfield. Difficult and a lot of 4v2 numerical situations that should be advantages for the visitors. 1-1-2 away from home, Sandro Schwartz's New York Red Bull side, and he has challenged his team to come up with more production when they're away from Harrison, New Jersey. But he said that the game plan doesn't change. And Ian, as you mentioned, they are looking aggressive here today. But this is Thorholson coming through the midfield. He finds Ojeda, who's been a man in form this season. In for Muriel. It's Muriel, and a good save by Coronel. Boy, the New York Red Bulls just dodged a bullet within the first 2 minutes of this match, and now they look to come the other way. We're going to be talking about Coronel, the goalkeeper for the New York Red Bulls, and how decorated he has become for a club that's got a deep history at that position. But an early warning shot coming from that dangerous Orlando City side. Schlegel fires the header forward. Here's Valencia for the Red Bulls. Win probability favoring the home side. Big sliding tackle from Carbajo. Here's Forsberg. Forsberg puts it through, and it's past the keeper and in off a Choupo-Moting, but he is offside. It's an incredible tackle just prior from Carbajo that releases that it's attack going forward. A bit surprised that Forsberg doesn't certainly have had it all in the opening portion of 2025.
Corner in by Ojeda. Schlegel fires this one towards the sun. Brought down by Freeman. Freeman stays on his, actually that's Muriel. Muriel cutting his way back. Parker with the clearance. Muriel has been a different man in 2025 than the designated player who was brought in last year and didn't quite have the fitness. And here you see him muscling Valencia off the ball.
It's twice now in the opening 10 minutes that we've seen a quick jump unnecessarily by Omar Valencia that's allowed space in behind to open up. You know, you make the decision that you want to sit in four and find that pivot on the outside from one of your outside backs in transition, that's fine. But then they have to stay solvent, right? They have to keep the game in front of them. That hasn't been the case.
Pasalic measures one up. Oh, that was just going wide of the target. Not sure if Coronel got a glove on it or not.
Valencia once again coming at the forefront of what has been a lot of space conceded defensively. There's one thing you don't want to do. It's, now, whether or not you adapt is the real question here. Same thing.
Flag's going to come up on Pasalic this time. Jorbe gives it back to Thorholson. Now Pasalic toward the back post it goes. That was a teasing ball, but Brekalo not quite able to get there in time.
Red Bull just seems off, whether it's the open run of play, balls down into the channel, certainly the second bite off a set piece, 3 separate instances now, and just over the opening corner hour that newly acquired DP Marko Pasalic has found himself free, 20 yards to go. And we addressed flexibility for Red Bulls over the lineup. Talked about it about 5 minutes in and how they were sitting a little bit deeper. One of the things that I thought might benefit them, Nate, going with that stack 3-4-2-1 would allow Peter Stroud to provide some defensive coverage, eliminate those balls that can come centrally, free up the sixes for Orlando City, and then the long balls over the top. Instead, it's isolated Peter Stroud in a lot of situations, which has allowed more space on the outside. Orlando quickly moving for pivot points.
Long range shot skips just wide of the target, off of the foot of Felipe Carbajo.
Certainly something that you're not going to question, though, within all of that is their ability to dissect a backline as rapidly as possible. Tiny little passes that
Carbajo closing down Pasalic to put it out for a throw-in. Pasalic and Valencia getting tangled up here. Tim Parker comes over. That word, Pasalic is really hot under the collar right now. He's going to get a yellow card from Chris Penso. What a flick from Muriel to Pasalic. Pasalic cutting onto that left foot, trying to slide it through for Muriel. He said, I wanted it just a little more to the right. Coronel comes out to claim. And now quickly the other way come the Red Bulls. Goma trying to play it centrally for Choupo-Moting, and backline for Orlando City dealing with it relatively easily. Orlando City with the lion's share of the possession. See what I did there, Devin? Here comes the ball forward. Muriel calling for it again. Into the penalty area. Muriel, trying to test the near post. Coronel is not happy with the organization of his defense here over the last couple of sequences.
Tim Parker, as he steps up into the pocket, both outside backs, Dylan Nealis and Omar Valencia, still very aggressive. That space still readily available. I get it, it's hot, it's in Florida. You're the away team, but Sandro Schwartz says that we're not going to change the identity of how we want to play. That's all based upon opportunity. Great ball.
Gerbet plays it over to the always dangerous Ojeda. Angulo with a turn, shooting and just missing the far post. All of a sudden, Coronel has been a busy man.
The patience of Martin Ojeda. The evolution of this front line, one thing we've seen more frequently is not just
found the back of the net early on, but it was disallowed for offside. Outside of that, hasn't had many touches for the Red Bulls. It was a foul. Gerbet was knocked to the ground that time by Goma. This exclusive NetCam replay is brought to you by T-Mobile.
It's a beautiful first touch by Luis Muriel that once again found himself
Galese. Freeman flicks the header forward. It falls back to Freeman. Now Pasalic cutting to that left foot again. Muriel turning. Ojeda measures one up, and it's turned aside by Coronel once again.
The bad news was it was about 2 seconds too late as he starts to retreat. Space underneath opens back up. Great hold-up play.
Pressure coming up from Orlando City. Gerbet called for the foul. Through ball. Makes it all the way to Galese, who has not had much to do here in the first half. Only one shot attempt from the Red Bulls so far, and that was not on target. There was the one giveaway by Orlando City that led to a good goal-scoring opportunity, but again, that goal was correctly ruled off because of offside. Freeman. Now, Gerbet. For Holson. Quickly forward to Pashulich, who's got pace into the penalty area. Covers now, cutting to his left, tries to sneak it under. Coronel was ready for it.
Noela. Notice the center back as he tracks back, recognize that he's already been beaten, doesn't panic though. Watch his hips, the way he squares himself up, Nate. That allows him.
Picks out Ojeda. Here come Orlando City on the left-hand side. Angulo, back to Ojeda, looking for the cutback. Ooh, it got deflected, and a reaction save from Coronel once again.
More movements from Alex Freeman coming higher into the attack. To be fair, and it's tit for tat as well, right? You step, you also open yourself up in behind, which they've struggled with.
Muriel brings down this corner on the half volley. It's blocked. Whipped back in. This time it's Janssen, and another save by Coronel. The goalkeeper for the Red Bulls absolutely keeping the visitors in this match through the first half. There's a replay of the save by Coronel. Chris Penso is letting them play. There's the halftime whistle. And as Devin pointed out, the bottom line is the score, 0-0. Emil Forsberg and his Orlando City side want to get a little more involved in this second half because it was mostly one-way traffic in the first 45. The second half is underway. It's great to have you with us. Match day 8 in Major League Soccer. Again, a rematch of the Eastern Conference Final from a year ago. Already these two sides facing off for the second time this season, Orlando City and the New York Red Bulls. This is Nate Bukaty alongside Devin Kerr. And Miami and Columbus, the two remaining unbeaten teams in Major League Soccer through 7 match days. Here's a foul called against Orlando City. Rodrigo Schlegel, the guilty party.
Pashulich and Alex Freeman.
Uh-oh, this is a second yellow card, Devin, for Schlegel because of a high boot. And that means Schlegel's off, and all of a sudden this entire storyline has changed here.
Nate, I mentioned you in the first half for Orlando City, specifically on the right-hand side.
All the way back to Coronel it goes. Here's Stroud. Now Carbajo. Nealis. Ayla. Forsberg. Into the penalty area. Finally, ball across. It was looking for Choupo-Moting. Put back across by Nealis, and there's the first save that Galese's had to make on the night to deny Carmona.
His recognition of the ball to the outside, a bit slow in that first step, and that hesitancy doesn't allow him to take advantage of the space between Rafa Santos and Robin Janssen on the back line. Overall better decision making though for the visitors.
Nealis. Forsberg tries an athletic attempt. Smith able to send it up in the air before Choupo-Moting could get there. And there is the final whistle. Well, the way this match started, Orlando City would have been disappointed with a scoreline such as this.